What a time to be back and what a time to be black. We are 7 days removed from one of the most polarizing Super Bowl halftime performances. A Dot hit the stage with mustard, and now it's time for us to catch up. There's uno, dos, tres amigos here, and we have Cielo Mero. We are the nation of conversation. This is the Three Amigos Show podcast. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. We missed you.
I missed you so much.
Mr. Black.
Just thought we should come back with that type of energy and that vibe. For those of you that are new, welcome. Those of you that are familiar with us, welcome back. Once again, we missed you. I'm going to do the intros just in case y'all not familiar with us. First and foremost, as always, there's no shook hands in Brooklyn. You don't know me, you will. I'm the voice in the people's choice. I'm the brilliant, bright, but always willing to fight. I'm Brandon Thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. Next week was good. Next we got we mad Brooklyn with it. Next, repping Flatbush to the fullest. We got the grand opening and the grand closing. He's Mr. High Profile himself. He is still the Panamanian guy. He is the Mashup King.
You know,
What's good, Mashup? Welcome back.
listen, it feels good to be back. I'm happy to be here with you fellas to do what we do best, and that's to talk shit about professional wrestling.
You definitely gonna talk some shit. Chop it up. This is now a season 4, so Sour Diesel, you better be lyrical, you better be miracle, you better be spiritual, you better be criminal, you better be minimal, you better be the bare minimum aluminum bars. You are the host, formerly known as Diesel Washington, Sour Diesel. Who are you this season, bro?
Damn, I ain't think you look. I'm still him. I'm still him. I'm still all those things. Yeah. I know I don't want to confuse. I don't want to confuse the listeners or the viewers. Yes, I am still him. I am still Sour Diesel. Call me what you like, but just don't call me broke.
He is Big Daddy Cool, Sour Diesel.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I miss you so much. Thank you for having us back wherever you are seeing us from. If it's from your tablets, your cellular phone devices,
Hell yeah.
your your cellular phone devices, uh, uh, your laptops, whatever it is. Thank you for having us.
Yes.
We here to give you some. We here to give you the news.
That's what, well, some of it might be news. I don't know what the other part of it.
Yeah,
But it's gonna be.
we
We
just
just
here
happy to be back.
we just happy to be back. We here to talk. We here to talk. We ain't talked to y'all in months, man. Let's talk about some things.
Let's get into it real soon. But we want y'all to join in the nation of conversation. If you don't already, make sure that you subscribe, like, share, and comment, and join in on the conversation. So let's get ready to just open up the forum. We're gonna just chop it up. Any fellas, what y'all want to put on the chopping block today to discuss?
Well, you know what? It's been a hell of a week, like you said, from the halftime show at the Super Bowl. Very controversial. All right.
Hmm.
But you know what also was controversial? The Royal Rumble. Okay, because one thing's for sure and two things are certain. I thought John Cena was going to win. I really and truly thought John Cena was going to win the Royal Rumble. And I know we're 2 weeks out from the Royal Rumble, so I don't want us to sit and hash the whole show all over again because it'll make us look pretty lame like other podcasts. But the fact is that
Oh,
you
that's
know,
what's up.
I thought John Cena was going to win.
I did not. I did not. The moment I said this to D, and we still all of us still converse when we're not conversing with you guys in the nation of conversation. I kind of said once they kept promoting him at the Elimination Chamber, they kept saying John Cena last time at the Elimination Chamber. I kind of knew that he wasn't going to win. Did I think that Jay Uso winning was a surprise? Not really, because I kind of said he was going to win. He was one of my picks, one of my top 2 picks to win the Royal Rumble if it wasn't CM Punk. So I wasn't. It was never Cena for me.
These what you got?
I didn't think John Cena was going to win either. I think everything WWE does from here now going forward, everything is a tease. Everything is on the You're going to wait on the edge of your seat. We ain't going to give it to you right then and there. We need you to go along with us with this journey. So
Mhm.
I didn't think Cena was going to get it, but I damn sure didn't think Jey Uso was going to get it either. That right there was a shocker. Jey Uso winning was more of a shocker to me than John Cena not winning.
Listen,
Okay.
Big
Okay.
Match John was on deck to win this. Okay, you understand? But you're right, because during the show, when I did see the promos for the Elimination Chamber, I thought, like, okay, at this point, John's not winning. Like I said, John's
Mhm.
not winning.
Mhm.
But I was happy to see that he was the second to last person. So, um, so I was really surprised about that. Shouts to everybody that's being in the Rumble, though. That was really good. I know that both the female Royal Rumble and the male Royal Rumble had
Mhm.
some surprises. Some things where you were like, oh shit, I can't believe this is really happening. And
Mhm.
shout out to Denzel Washington that I spoke to that night of the Royal Rumble. And also he said that there was a lot of potential matchups that came up from the men's Royal Rumble and the females Royal Rumble as
So
well.
many dream matches in that shit, yo. There was so many
We saw
dream
a lot
matches.
of face offs. Like back to the men's a little bit. It's something I don't know if I said this last season, but I know it was definitely a thought. I don't know if it was a random thought, but it's something very Bret Hart about Jey Uso to me. Like he has this capability that's like it reminds me of like hot white face Bret Hart when Bret Hart first broke from the Hart Foundation. He was no longer a heel. He was getting out there and putting himself in right after winning the Intercontinental title and kind of being pushed in the forefront. Now we know in the back why Bret Hart was pushed to the forefront to first win the title during some history in wrestling, which we'll probably talk about later on in the season. But it's something very Bret Hart about Jey Uso to me.
Hmm.
You think they wanted Jey Uso to be the guy, or was it just happen organically?
I think this was one of the times that it happened organically, and we didn't have to go through a Kofi mania and or a Yesu mania to get there. This was one of the times where, like, when Roman and them speak at the conferences, they say they have these indicators, these instant indicators, and I think that they went with the instant indicators. That's what I said. If you can look in every audience, there's a Yeet shirt. No matter if it's pink, if it's blue, as much as there are John Cena shirts, as much as there are people chanting CM Punk's, there are Yeet shirts. So to me, if you're gonna look at an indicator, you're going to Las Vegas. If you're gonna bet on anything, you're gonna gamble. You're gonna gamble on a man that's moving merch and having everybody doing Yeet and having Travis
Them
Scott walk him to the ring with a blunt.
them Yeet shirts is about to be like the new John Cena colorways. Remember how John Cena had every fucking colorway?
The fruity
That's about
pebbles.
to that's about to be
Hmm.
the Yeet.
I
I know.
I
Hmm.
have a Heat shirt as well.
Like them. I kind of like them.
Yeah. Let me tell you, the look on Paul Heyman's face during the Royal Rumble was incredible to see the entire Indianapolis. I can't remember the stadium at the moment.
Lucas Oil.
Lucas
Lucas
Oil
Oil.
Stadium. Thank you, Lucas Oil
Hmm.
Stadium doing Yeet. Having Pat McAfee on top of the commentators table doing it as well. I mean, this is lightning in the bottle right here. This is like amazing to see Jey Uso. Shouts to him, of course, because he has
Yeah.
a very
Yeah.
great story
Hmm.
from where he came from to where he is now. Shouts to Jimmy Uso is going to be lost in the sauce in a second, but the fact is that hopefully they can figure out a way for
Mm.
Jimmy, man. They can
You,
figure out a way for Jimmy.
you see, this is what I wish. Okay, Jay Uso is good, but I wish Jay Uso had more of what Jimmy has because Jimmy could say a lot more on the mic,
He
right?
has personality.
He has
He has
personality.
charisma. Yeah.
I wish we had that, put that inside of Jay
So they need
Uso.
to
Because
combine to be the ultimate.
yeah, yeah, it would just be
Here's
better.
what I think we're looking at is I think we're looking at an update version of Matt and Jeff Hardy, right? When Jeff was
Uh,
fire hot because he had all of the moves, he was charismatic in the ring. He wasn't that good on the mic. Where you had Matt Hardy, who was able to create, Matt Hardy version one, the lead, all of those, the brokens, the wokens. Matt Hardy was able to create those characters because of his personality, and I think that's what we're gonna see um, with Jimmy Uso.
I hope we get that with Jimmy because what I don't want to happen is that he become the Marty Jannetty of the situation, and I hope that he actually could find his footing because what ends up happening is they're going to keep adding people to the bloodline, and once they keep adding more people, then certain people will start fading away, and I don't really want that to happen. But I want Jimmy to be able to find his footing. I'm not sure if he's in the main event hunt, at this time, but I definitely want him to at least be able to pick up a mid-card singles title.
So you think Jimmy Uso is Tongaloa?
I think it's coming there. I think it's
Hell
honestly
no.
coming there.
Jimmy is not no goddamn Tongaloa. Don't play Jim like that. Don't play Big Jim like that. All they need
I
to
think
do,
I think he'll be a United States champion.
all they need to do, and I'm hoping, please just change up the move set. Like put a little bit more something else into. I'm tired of seeing super kick after super kick. God damn it.
Well, I mean, that's been the Usos repertoire. That's what made them, it's become a part of their five moves of doom or their four moves of doom. It's about who they're wrestling and how they tell the story in the ring with a super kick. You know how I feel about those. I like the original super kicker. I like Sweet Chin Music personally, but different strokes for different folks. You guys like those other guys over there that do all of the super kick parties and things.
Listen, I get sick of the super kick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
The stunner a little bit too.
Okay, so how many times but you know what? There's new variations of the stunner now.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's not like how it traditionally was, except when Kevin Owens do it. But there is new variations of the stunner at this time. But the thing about it is that it's not overdone like the super kick is. Everybody and their mother doing the super. Even Jacob Fatu does the super kick. So I mean, it's an overdone move at this point.
Well, it's a Samoan thing. Yokozuna
I was just
did
about
it.
to say that. I was just about to say
You know what I'm saying? Oh, my bad. Go ahead. Go ahead. Talk your talk, brother.
No. I'm agreeing with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm agreeing with you.
Rikishi, Rosie, Jamal, all of them, Umaga, they all have done Haku,
And
the
sometimes
wild Samoans.
Sometimes Roman will bust it out a little bit.
Yeah, he'll do his little version of someone of a super kick. So yeah, I think it's a Samoan staple when it comes to that.
Speaking of Roman and possible dream matches when we seen in a Rumble, oh my gosh, him and Braun Breaker, oh my fucking gosh, I want to see that. That is money right there. Did you see how Braun hit him with that fucking spear?
Mm-hmm.
I did.
He broke Roman in half, bro.
That's the
He
franchise.
broke Roman felt that shit.
Yeah.
I felt it for him. I felt it so much for him.
Now, but you think his was worse than I Show Speed's?
Oh, I mean, because he ran over I Show Speed. He ran over him. So I Show Speed kind of got it a little worse, especially because he's not a pro wrestler. So yeah, he got it worse. But pro wrestling wise, he hit Roman with that shit perfect. More than I've seen him hit anybody else with that shit.
I mean, I feel like it also already, like you said, for Dream Match started telling the story because during Roman's whole reign, he never had to really encounter Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker was on his rise up in NXT. So
Right.
for them to have that collision in the Rumble, I think that was like some real time storytelling. It may be a passing of a torch. I just don't want Braun Breaker to fall into that Goldberg Ryback category. I want him to be able to tell some stories in that ring, both on the mic and in between the ropes at the same time. That's it. I'm saying. I'm looking forward to Braun Breaker's career, but him and Roman, that'll be dope.
Braun Breaker does have mic skill, unlike Goldberg and unlike
Ryback. And he actually has something. Like the people is really behind him. Like he's like that guy you want to see kick ass in a movie and you just love him for it. That's who Braun Breaker is. He's going to be the kick ass. He's like, all right, he's going to be like the newest version of the Brock Lesnar, because Brock Lesnar was the kick ass of WWE. That's going to be Braun Breaker. Such a kick asser.
Right. From your lips to God's ears on that.
Right.
Yeah. Because I don't know.
You put him over.
Yeah. Braun Breaker sometimes I really don't know, man. All right. Okay. So next thing that I think we should cover is also Monday Night Raw being on Netflix. So that happened while we were gone. Okay. Mm-hmm. And that now, how do you guys feel about it? Now that we're a month in and you know, and all the dust is settled. How do you feel about it?
I feel I like it, but I feel like somewhat I hate that I get probably like 2.5 hours of it. That shit kind of pisses me off because it's like the shows it be so fucking good. You be on your edge of your seat, and the next thing you know, it's fucking 10:30, and the shit cuts off. I hate that. And then like most of the matches, if it seems like everything is fast paced, is like keep going and going and going. But I just like I want to see more matches. I would like to see more matches in it. But other than that, I like it. It's crazy that the people who don't watch it, who don't watch wrestling in months, maybe even years, when they go like, "Yo, I ain't know, they got wrestling on Netflix now. They got what you call it still on there." And then they into the women now that they have now in professional wrestling. So I think that's kind of good. So it's like a conversation starter with people with the casual fan. So yeah.
Right. Right. Okay.
With me, I loved it. The premiere was amazing. Back to back, of course, production value. I stand where I stand with that until I see something else, another entity, another sports, another entertainment entity that's not, concert visually or anything like that. That puts on a production like the WWE, the kickoff or whatever that was. The main show was amazing. People want to talk about the decline in the numbers throughout the weeks, but I think that was expected. I don't think like it's a thing to really be like really worried about and try to make a thing. I think it's just about who's on and what the product is about. Of course, we'll see Spike. They'll have different spikes as they get close to WrestleMania and different appearances like that. I love Raw. I think the matches are really good. So I feel like they are more matches. Like there's not a lot of backstage talking as it used to be. Like when they have all those filler segments, there's enough just to go with the stories. But I like the matches. I'm liking to see. Also, we now know that the credits is bullshit. That shit is prone to happen after we see Paul Levesque and Lee Fitting's fucking name in the copyright logo. That something can happen after that. So I like it so far. To me, SmackDown is still the A show.
You know, I'm going to disagree because I think that Raw has now become the A show only because, you know, I think that they're going on more all out with it. Now, I do like the storylines better on SmackDown, so I will admit to that. But I think that Monday Night Raw, you know, it's just the flow is so much easier. You know what I mean? Like, can I tell you something interesting? Friday night, I got home, and so I turned on the TV, and I didn't realize SmackDown is 3 hours. So that's how, because when I watch SmackDown, you know, and as much times I watch Raw too, sometimes I just fast forward through stuff, right? But it was still on live that I didn't realize. Wait, this is 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? So, and I thought that it took a little longer to get to the main event. You know, so now I'm used to that fast, like, you know, let's get to it instead of waiting, 40 minutes to see the main event, which was a very good main event, by the way. But just to see that, I was very surprised about that. So that's why I say I think that Raw, you know, is the ticket right now. Also, just the way the camera shots, the angles, you know, a whole bunch of things. You're a production person, B. So, you know, so at the end of the day, it's just incredible to see what they do with the show. As they said about the viewership dropping off, that was expected. No one was expecting to carry high ratings throughout. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? Professional wrestling now is more watched on social media. Okay. So, you know, so people are not watching a 3-hour show anymore, or a 2.5-hour show, or a 2-hour show. They're watching on social media, the highlights. That's what's putting people over. The backstage stuff that gets that you know, and B and D, both of y'all like to see what happens behind the scenes in terms of professional wrestling. So that's what you're getting a lot of when you're seeing it on social media. So anybody complaining about what they see in terms of numbers is an ass, because at the end of the day, No one. Let me tell you something. This is not Game of Thrones. There's nobody sitting down glued to their TV like, listen, I'm going to watch this for 3 hours and make. Nobody's doing that no more. And we're in the world of ADHD. So you know, at the end of the day, no one's going to be sit down for a 3-hour program anymore.
But who's the people that care about the numbers?
There's
Like,
plenty
if
of people
you-
that clear about the numbers because there's people, not to cut you, there's people that want to compare AEW to WWE, and it's definitely not a competition anymore. Because what also happened while we were on break is that AEW now streams Dynamite and Collision on Max, and their pay-per-views are on Max as well. So, but no one talked about that, right? You know, because it wasn't a thing.
Right. Man, AEW, them numbers been crazy. I'm not a numbers guy. I can really care less. But speaking of AEW and numbers, let's talk about three people they just lost, 3 people they released: Miro, Malachi Black, and the absolute Ricky Starks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ricky Starks, who just fucking appeared on NXT out of nowhere the day after his fucking contract. Well, I don't mean to keep cursing. I'm sorry. I'm just that excited. The day after his contract expired, he shows up to NXT on some straight up Scott Hall shit. Hey, you know my name, and you know why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? That shit is explosive, yo. That shit is explosive. I can't wait to see what he's gonna do at NXT. Or he's gonna be signing a contract coming up on Tuesday. What y'all think about that?
Well, go ahead, Max. I'll go first.
I was just gonna simply say he wasn't being used in AEW, so it only makes sense. I mean, I think this was a power play. I think this was truly a power play. He was not being used, so I think Tony Khan kept him as long as he could. I think that's just because the one thing Tony Khan did not want was the reversal to happen of what he was doing, where now people are going over to AEW, to WWE, and now they're like fucking hotcakes at this point. Everybody, you know, that has came over has made, you know, some type of move that has been bigger than where they were. So at the end of the day, I think he was holding him for that period of time just for that reasoning. So the guy wasn't being used. You know, the guy was sitting there bringing his fucking luggage to I was gonna say to Nitro, but to Dynamite Collision. Every week he's bringing his fucking suitcase, you know, and his gear to dress, and this motherfucker's not on the show. He's not on the show. And then you're like, you know, and he's like, I guess he's like, well, you know what? They pay for the flight, so I might as well, you know, they're in Cincinnati. I've never seen Cincinnati. You know,
I might as well go. I got my luggage and my vest. I might as well go. My activator and my hair curl up.
Exactly.
Might as well go. I get it. Well, first and foremost, while we were gone, we were able to attend the hall. I think it was final warning, final hour, final something.
It was
and
final warning.
Final warning, and Ricky Stark was one of the attractions to be there. We saw him. He did a good program. Had a match. They promoted Kurt Angle, but I don't recall seeing Kurt Angle. I don't know if we were late or if it didn't happen. But him and Zilla Fatu, we didn't see. But afterwards, our esteemed co-host Sour Diesel here were like trying to get Ricky Stark's attention, and he's like shouting out different dates. Like, okay, Ricky, so we see you at Elimination Chamber, right? So we'll see you at the Royal Rumble, right? So we're like, oh, Rumble's too close, so it's not gonna be Rumble. So it'll be after that. And I guess he gave Sour Diesel like I wasn't a smirk. What was it, Diesel?
It was something towards that effect. I had shouted. I can't remember what date I said, but I shouted out a specific date. And
You said Madison Square Garden when it was Madison Square Garden. He was like, New York and Madison Square Garden, Raw at Madison Square Garden. Okay. And he was like, Elimination Chamber. Okay.
Yeah,
Royal Rumble.
And that's where he looked up and he gave me that smirk, like come on, man, like but and shit. I guess I was right? And I guess he was on to something because next thing you know, here he is.
Secondly, I had a conversation with Mashout about certain people. We also had the conversation here certain people belong in AEW. There's certain professional wrestlers whose style and what they got going on belong in AEW, and then there's certain people who are supernovas, right? They're nebulas. They're these stars that just cannot be denied, and they belong sometimes under the big lights of the WWE. We know some wrestlers say that they don't want to do that. They don't want to go over to the E. It's like going to Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey, or it's like going to another planet. And then you have those that they know they want to main event and or participate in the spectacle, the granddaddy of them all, of WrestleMania one day. So I think Ricky Stark is definitely appropriate for this. I like that he's going to NXT. NXT can use some of the star power. He has star quality. I see that Jordan Grace is also going to NXT, and I'm very, very excited about that. So the men and women's division in NXT is about to get even hotter than what it is before. And I like that they're on this hamster wheel that keeps turning and turning and turning. And as the wheel gets, as it continues to turn, that it gets hotter and hotter. So I think it's dope.
Yeah, because I believe Ricky Starks being added to the NXT roster only leads more to more star power because like you said, they are in need of it, especially for the main event scene for the men's roster because we don't you don't have no one over there. Over it's just Obafemi. You had to have who was it again? I'm sorry because they just had the match last night. Uh, Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, which was a good fucking match.
That was a
Did
good
you?
match, but yeah, that was a good match. But I don't think still technically on Raw. They're on Raw, so they're not even considered a part of really the
Uh,
NXT men's
yeah,
roster.
but
They're technically on Raw, right?
yeah, but even if no, they on SmackDown or
They're on
no, they
Raw.
on Raw, they on Raw.
Yeah.
But even if that just goes to show you that they keep bringing people down because they don't have no one on the main event scene.
I feel like when they're trying to go to arenas outside of them being down there in Florida, that they always put, there's the Baileys that'll return. There's always a main star, the New Day, that'll go down and make sure that some butts could get in them seats and that there's
Mm,
something that people want to see to also help put eyes on the NXT talent. Not always that the NXT champion or North American champion are the people that's putting butts in the seats, is the people that they believe have the potential to have drawing power. That's sometimes why they put them in them positions like
mm,
Uber Femi. People might feel like, why is he there? Remember,
right.
Drew McIntyre. People have gone through leaving, going through the independent scene, going to AEW, going to Ring of Honor, going to New Japan, and has come back and gone to NXT and did big things on the main roster. So I don't really feel like that goes back to the question we asked a while ago. I think it was on the season finale or something where we was like, is it hustling backwards when people go down to NXT? And I don't think so. That's just my opinion, though.
All right. What you got, Mash?
I don't think it's hustling backwards. I think C is on the road of becoming a real viable third option.
Hmm.
They always were, but to the point that people are actually going to be engaged into their product and continuously promoting it and excited for it that they could go into bigger arenas. I mean,
Hmm.
they're going into the theater at Madison Square Garden, but
Hmm.
one day they could be Madison Square Garden. You know what I'm saying? And they got the talent there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, well, there's some people, but for the most part, they got the talent there, and I'm excited to see what's going to come up from that. I do look forward to Miro joining.
Oh,
Hmm.
Okay,
you
yeah,
no
I
no
really
no
do.
God. You think Miro's on going to NXT?
I think he is. I think he is because if you put to me, I wouldn't put Miro on the main roster.
Me either.
I think he's going to get lost in the sauce.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know, I
Hmm.
really think he's going to get lost in the sauce.
He's
I
gonna
would,
get Sheamus. He's gonna
yes,
get Sheamus.
I
Hmm.
really think that I would put him on NXT, and it would make more sense. And you can
Him
have organic build again.
Hmm.
him versus
Hmm.
him versus the ruler.
Hmm. The Redeemer and
The,
the Ruler, as you say. That's something you call like Redeemer and the Ruler. And
I would
I
love to see
I
that.
can see that. I wish that they could already build that up like for Stand and Deliver, but probably not. It'll probably be like the PLE after Stand and Deliver, whatever it was.
Mhm.
I forgot what they WrestleMania was after their like 'cause Stand and Deliver is like their WrestleMania. So the
But yeah,
PLE after I could definitely see that.
Isn't
Which
it like isn't it like a No Mercy, I believe, or
yeah, it's one of them. Yeah. It's
NXT
something
No Mercy?
that
It's
used
one
to
of them
be
things.
on one of the pay-per-views. But what I don't know if any of y'all saw the NXT PLE last night for Saturday Vengeance Day.
I didn't have a chance
Mm,
to see it yet.
Really? Oh, okay. They had some really good. I don't think there was a match that I wasn't interested in. Oh yes, it was. I wasn't into Eddie Thorpe taking on Trick Williams. That was the
It's
match
something.
that
It's just something about that Eddie Thorpe. But it's just they're trying
I
with them.
I feel like he's cosplaying wrestling, bro. I feel like watching that man wrestle is like watching someone. It's like David Arquette when he was world champion in WCW. Like
Oh,
someone plays
damn,
wrestling.
Yeah, that's it's a real
damn.
hard comparison.
I'm sorry.
That's hard.
To
That's
top and
hard.
son,
You're mean. You're
it's not
mean.
me. It's my eyes. It's art. I'm entitled to interpret the art in which way I see it,
I wouldn't.
and that's what I see.
Say all of that. It just but it's something about him. I don't know. It's like you see with me when I like a talent, a professional wrestler, I don't always like them when they're a face, a baby face. I hate that. I hate when they give me that first, and then once they turn heel, I love a heel gimmick. Give me that, and then give me babyface. The problem is they did that with Eddie Thorpe. He came in as a face, and then things wasn't going this way, and he
The
moved into this
problem
heel
is,
shit, and it's just
not to
not.
cut you off. The problem is his reason for turning heel wasn't a good enough reason. Like he lost in things before that, and there was other times where he could have probably went heel.
Mm,
Like not getting a North American title, like stuff like that. He could have went heel for. What he went heel for was like, okay, you think that you got beat up, but you beat
mm.
yourself up, and then now you feel entitled to the title picture because that's what's okay. All right,
Yeah,
cosplay.
I don't know. I'm not gonna say. I was gonna say something.
What was interesting on Vengeance Day was we see the emergence of this new group. I call them Black Force. I don't know what they name is. Black Force, the Shield, Retribution,
The
group,
Hounds,
the
something.
Hounds, everything. I don't know what they are, but it's four guys. It was after the tag team match with who was it? Exion and
Frazium
Nathan Frazier.
versus
Yeah,
Frazium versus
what's that guy? He's good. He's good. Josh
J- Josh
Briggs
Briggs,
and
and
the Asian guy,
it was something like
Eurocamo
it was
with a Y.
something, but I liked him.
No, I
I
was gonna
liked
say
him.
that. That's why I'm mentioning him. Yo, I can see him on the main roster, and I can see him actually being a problem. I can see him kind of like going head to head with a Jacob Fatu, not a Braun Strowman, but a Jacob Fatu.
I want to see him go head to head with Gunther.
I can see that as well.
Once
But
let
they
me,
can
I gotta get his name. I gotta get his name.
they have to do that in Europe somewhere, please. Like when they go to Saudi Arabia, please don't take up one of our SummerSlam Money in the Bank pay-per-views with that. Those gonna be good, and it's gonna be a slobber knocker. But
Mm.
please do that in in Europe or Saudi Arabia. Signed sincerely, a wrestling fan. The four guys came out, and the identities has been revealed. We know that it's Dion Lennox, Saquon Sugars, Cutler James, and Joshua Black. That's why I call them the Black Horse. Four guys who was from the Performance Center that was kind of like trying to find their way in NXT, and now they have bonded together, much like the Shield. So I look forward to see what they future are. They also attacked Uber Femi after the NXT World Title match. Sorry to spook you because you didn't see it yet, but you can still watch it and be surprised, match.
I did. Yeah, I think the only lackluster match there was the strap match between Trick Williams and Eddie Thorpe. But
hmm
everything
hmm
else was good. The crowd was had a good reception of the
They
matches.
was into it.
Yeah.
DC's a wrestling city. DC is definitely a wrestling city, and they were into it. There were a lot of I like personally, and y'all know me, I'm pro-black. I personally love looking into the audience and seeing different shades of black that's there to enjoy wrestling. Like
Mm-hmm.
you see the nerds, you see like the people with hip hop fluence, you see the older people, you see the younger people, the little kids, and what they're into.
Anamura.
Yeah.
That was
Oh yeah, that
Yoshi.
was his name. See, I knew it.
Yoshiki
I knew it was with a
Anamura.
Y. I knew it was with a Y. I knew it
Yoshiki
was with a
Anamura.
Y.
I would love to see him versus Gunther. Oh, love to see that. Love, love.
In Saudi Arabia.
You know that what happened there. But what were you saying before I interrupted with that name? Because it was something I wanted to attach to what you were saying. I'm sorry about that.
I don't know. I think I was just talking about what we'll see with the new group. If they'll be like the Shield, if they'll have success, or will it be like Retribution, or and that was it.
I see someone said I seen a comment on this on with that group, and someone said, "Are we are we not tired of seeing this yet?" Meaning, the invasion of groups. We don't see it with the Shield. We don't see it with Retribution. We don't see it with Nexus. Now we're seeing it with this group. Like, what could be different from all of the groups that I done said before them?
You know what would
What
be different
what's that? What
if
you would
the
say?
whole time that Ricky's there with Ricky Stark. That would be different.
I'm thinking
First
what if
attack him and make us think that he ain't with him, and then the whole time when he say the revolution will be televised, it'll be all tied in with Kendrick's performance. Be with them. That's what
oh
I think.
oh my God.
That's the beginning of the revolution being televised because he did say that when he first came. If
And
people was
what's crazy? Just when I forgot about Black History Month,
mm-mm,
you gave me
mm-mm,
you gave me Kendrick Lamar's performance, and then you gave me this group of these individuals. Can't nothing get blacker than this, man.
mm-mm.
You see on my shirt.
I see you.
See those
I
fish?
see, I see.
See those
I got
fish?
some too.
Uh, So, I want. Can I switch gears for a second?
Yes, you
Yeah, you
can.
may.
Uh, your favorite billionaire, Vince McMahon.
Who's favorite billionaire?
Come on, you ain't
he,
give me no money.
um, what had all the charges against him have been dropped.
Wow, I knew
Okay,
Vinnie Mac would be resilient. I knew it.
maybe, and and also the lawsuit has been
Hmm.
settled as well. Okay,
Wow,
so yeah, a lot has been going in his favor over the last few weeks.
he's a free man. He also appeared last week at the Super Bowl with
He was
Mark
there.
Calloway, aka the Undertaker, was his gas Shane McMahon. They were all there. Stephanie also attended. Linda McMahon
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
at the
Stephanie
court with Triple H. They was a supportive
and
family.
Linda McMahon's, hearing, for
Hearing, yep.
become the education secretary for a department that Trump said he's getting rid of. So, you know,
But she's gonna be the secretary there. Let's just be honest.
the secretary of magic, things disappear. But and Triple H was there as well,
Right.
Shane McMahon was there, supporting mom at the at her hearing. But nonetheless,
Supporting mom goes crazy.
yeah, supporting mom, making sure mom gets through, right? Sometimes, like other Jamaicans say, you have to get through. Now, my question is, do you think? And I pose this question to be, in the week, and I'm going to pose this question to you. Now that everything's cleared and all the smoke is cleared with Vince McMahon, do you see a return of Vince McMahon?
Oh, I will hope not. I will hope fucking not. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Keep him far away from where he needs to be far away from. I mean,
He birthed
because
this company.
just because all the charges was dropped doesn't still excuse the shit that you did. You still did it.
What?
You
No, he
still
didn't. The charges were dropped. No, he didn't.
no,
He was
no, you,
found.
you did it. You still
Mm-mm,
did it.
mm-mm, mm-mm,
You did it.
mm-mm.
I mean, okay, you know what? Let me not even say that. This to be accused of those things. Like who would want to be who would want to associate? themselves with you. I mean, all am I to say, right? I'm not a billionaire. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not him. So shit.
Here's here's what I'm okay with. I'm okay with Mr. McMahon going into the Hall of Fame.
Mm,
I'm okay with what he did to start, how he revolutionized professional wrestling, any accolade that he gets for that or surrounding that. I'm okay with that. I'm also okay with him getting in Tony Khan's ear and doing something over there at AEW to help them really be a viable second.
wow.
I'm okay with all three of those things.
Okay.
Anything else, coming back, being chairman of the board, all those things, being involved creatively, we have kind of already stepped into the future, and the future is kind of now. We already got the ball rolling with Papa
Nah, fuck
H,
that.
Hall of Famer is doing, future Hall of Famer Triple H going in the Hall of Fame this year is doing Lee Fitton, Road Dogg, Shawn Michaels, what the whole clique is doing over there already. I like what they're doing. And some people complain, but the complaints aren't as rampant. I know there's stuff about this Black History Month and stuff about the black wrestlers don't get booked right, or we only got this amount. All you gotta do is watch NXT because on every NXT programming, there's a black wrestler in almost every match
You
or
niggas complain
segment.
too damn much. Damn. Like, oh my gosh. You niggas complain too
The
damn
soup is
much.
too cold. The soup is too hot. The soup is
Yeah.
just right.
And it
Let
doesn't
me.
matter because once you complain about something that you ain't getting enough of, once you get it, you don't know how
You
to act once
complain.
you get it. And
But
then once you get it, you're still gonna complain. You're gonna
D,
complain some more.
you were shaking your head the whole time when he was talking about Vince McMahon. What was your thought?
Yeah, no, fuck that. Yo, listen, Vinny, I appreciate you.
Vinny, he knows it.
Thank you for giving us wrestling. I appreciate you, but we don't need you. We don't. And we cannot excuse him quick enough. Then he don't excuse the wrestlers that be on fucking trial and their charges get dropped. I don't see them motherfuckers waltzing back into WWE. He ain't giving them motherfuckers no chances. So no, Vince McMahon should not get a chance coming back in. Thank you for what you have given us, and your
Thanks
services are no longer required.
for the memories.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
You
I
wish him
mean,
well in his future endeavors.
yes, we
yeah,
wish him
and he
very
was
much well,
endeavored the shit out of the company.
added on the double back earlier. When you was talking about the DC crowd earlier, you know what I
Hmm.
had hope for? I had hope for the Velveteen Dream. It was
Nah,
just something
you
in
wild
me.
for the night. You
Like, come on,
wild for the
that
night.
would have been the
Yeah,
perfect time.
you
They was in his
wild for the night.
hometown. You might never know.
Nah, nah.
Okay.
I would. Yeah, yeah.
Listen.
You wild for
Listen.
the night, bro.
If we are letting people
I
back
was out of
into
here.
this, if we are letting people back into this wrestling thing, you want Vince McMahon
No
back.
one wants Vince McMahon back.
You,
I'm just
you,
I
you,
saying.
said
you,
if
you,
he comes,
you,
I said if
you
he
got you
comes
got
back for a
you got
Hall of Fame, something that he deserves. Mr. McMahon is one of the biggest, dirtiest heels of all
yeah.
time.
Give him
Yeah,
yeah,
hell yeah.
clap
We
for
don't
that.
want Velveteen Dream, who was over there allegedly like the little pink Weetos. That's not what we want back.
Allegedly,
We
I
got
said
Tessa.
that.
We
I
got
said
Tessa
allegedly.
Blanchard.
I
We
said
got Tessa
allegedly.
Blanchard back in here.
She's
Come
not
on,
back in
man.
here.
She
She
back in the
ain't she ain't
wrestling.
welcome at she ain't welcome at our barbecues.
Shit, she ain't in my group chat either. But she 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 ain't in them group chats though. Feel me? Shit.
I'm just no. You wild for this Velveteen Dream one though. Like that to
Come
me. Like
on,
I
man.
just can't. No,
That's the sour
no.
part of Diesel.
Not him. Not him.
All
The
right.
guy who on Chris Van Vliet show said he was done with wrestling and then came back wrestling the following week. Come on.
Come on now. They ain't the first black people that lied to us before.
No,
Come
I'm
on now.
with you on that, but I'm just like at the end of the day, these guys.
You know how we lie to each other. Come
I'm
on
with
now.
you, but that guy's fucking pathetic. Okay, he didn't even let the pot get cold yet. He said
Hey,
literally he was done, and then came right back at an indie show.
you know what I see? I see an uncle in Velveteen Dream. He an uncle.
Uncle.
He's an
That's a
uncle.
very that's a young uncle. He's younger than us. That's a young uncle.
He had like one of them uncles. No, you know, I ain't fucking with that shit no more. I ain't fucking with it no more. And
Listen, he
then
need
you
to get.
come back, you see him on that shit,
He need to go down to what is that? All Caribbean
still on
Wrestling
that
down there in
stuff.
Florida.
All Caribbean wrestling.
Yeah, there's a company called All Caribbean Wrestling in Florida. It's
Mm,
all black talent down
mm.
there. Mark Henry's always there. What's the
He's
guy?
probably scouting somebody else. 'Cause Mark Henry's a great scouter. I tell you
What's
that much.
what's the guy that turned out he was LGBTQ? The black dude.
That was
Darren
what
Young.
Tyson,
Huh? No,
Darren Young.
no,
Titus
no.
Worldwide.
Orlando Jordan.
Orlando Jordan. He's like the heavyweight champion there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
Velveteen Dream is gonna go down there and get the mid card title.
it works. It works, and it makes
Hey,
sense.
what?
It works. It fucking makes
I'm
sense.
out of here.
Okay.
Exactly. They just can't. They
Where's
just
that?
can't
Where's that?
perform at certain places, but it works and it
It
makes
works.
sense.
It works.
It must be in. It must
They
be
got
in
they got
Orlando.
pay per views. They
They
have
have pay per view.
They have pay per view.
Well, was it? Well,
Okay.
Velveteen Dream was just recently under fire for not. He had some type of well, how would you call it? A controversial shirt that he had all the wrestlers who was like, you know, who had like some type of criminal background on his
Was
shirt.
his face on there?
I believe his face was on there, and then
Okay.
it had Vince McMahon on it, and then on the shirt it said guilty by association. That's what it said. And I was like,
Mm,
But we know for a fact Velveteen Dream's never coming back to the E.
mm.
I know
don't
they say
think so.
never say never. I'm saying never. I don't see that happening at all.
I'll tell you who is coming back to the E though.
Who? This big man?
Boy,
No. Who's this?
Malachi.
Yeah.
Malachi.
Yeah. Yes. You really want that.
Everybody
You
wants
really
that.
want that.
Everybody wants that. What do you mean? You don't want that? I know I
I do.
want that.
Me
The
too.
way,
I don't want him lost.
I don't think he should have never left.
the way Triple H, listen. When he come back, he's gonna be booked to the moon. You hear me? That's Triple H baby boy right there. The way
Your
Triple
lips
H
are
booked him
content.
in NXT. Listen, we all know. You see how Triple H booked him in NXT. NXT, he was a fucking beast.
He was.
the man. He was the man. And then he got called up. And Vince McMahon
Do you think
ruined
he
him.
still has it, even though with the injuries and things that he sustained going through
He still has it.
the gruesome
He still has it. Don't let
AEW
it.
his years in AEW? Do you think he has the Joe Sequoia, or would it be people living off of Malachi, Alistair Black of olden days, like some people feel like they do with CM Punk? Just
Nah, he
wondering.
still has it. It was a
I
video
like the way
of
you got
him.
that one in there.
It was a video of him that he wrestled. I believe what was it for a promotion called CCW? I believe I don't want to get it wrong, but I know he was like in a beer warehouse, and he was putting on like he was still Aleister Black.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I believe sometimes those rumors come out when they're coming from a company where there's rumors of them of being a difficult talent to work with. So you want to put those out there when they're supposed to be heading somewhere else. So yeah, let's say, oh yeah, he's hard to work with. He always
That was my
wants to go
personal
over.
wonder. I ain't see that nowhere. That was my personal wonder.
You know,
I
when
always wonder when they're coming when they've been through a certain different type of system, especially for a while. Somebody who not only when their first contract expired, they like re-signed or got an extension and just kind of go through that kind of rigorous process when they've seen other. You understand what I'm saying? So
right.
I was just wondering if like does he still have it? But you've seen footage. We'll all wait and see.
Yeah, no, but don't. I'm also no. I'm saying I
And
know you
also
ain't
when you
saying that.
throw the lie
Other
out there,
people
you
have been
can
saying that.
control it.
Other people have been saying that, like, oh, he hasn't been. Oh, he's hurt. He's injured. This and that. So that's been said, and the footage is out there that everything that those rumors been said has been put to bed because he's looking like he did before. And I mean, too, like he was barely getting used in AEW, and he was in a trios match. His gimmick was the trio, so he didn't really do no fucking no solo work. His last solo match was against Adam Cole. That
So
was back when, in October, I believe, November.
so while we also were going, Bobby Lashley joined AEW. I hear crickets and it's not even the summertime.
Oh
Um,
gosh,
You
you know,
know,
guys became tag team champions in a month. Like what the fuck?
well, that's what they felt like in their previous endeavor and their previous company. They weren't, getting titles. Their storylines were getting taken. They weren't being used. They weren't seen as big main attractions. And what do you know? AEW went to Australia and had a great turnout. They used the local person's ring. And maybe this is all due to Bobby Lashley, MVP, Shelton Benjamin joining AEW.
Yeah,
well,
because
yeah.
first of all, Tony, how the fuck would you forget to get your fucking ring over there? Like, what sense does that make, bruh? You know you put on this big show. You ain't never been here before. Well, you know what? I guess that too. So I'm gonna cut him some slack. I'll give you a benefit of a doubt with that. It's your first time going. Matter of fact, it's not you've been out. Forget it. Go ahead, man. Just
All I
fuck
was
it.
gonna say is that I mean, if we could just jump right to last night, I
Hmm.
didn't watch that neither, and that was on purpose. The fact is
Huh?
that you know
Is it on Max?
it was on Collision. It was Collision.
It wasn't even a pay per view.
Wait, so Mariah May and Tony Storm was on Collision?
Yeah,
After the fucking slam dunk contest and all that, the 3-point shootout.
I saw it.
After
I was
Vengeance,
watching that. That was good. And I
everybody was
saw
watching
Vengeance
that.
Day today. So, okay. All right. I'm sorry, Mashup. Go ahead. I'm just really
no, but
perplexed that it's
I'm
on there.
just
I'm going to
saying,
go
like
check it out.
why wasn't this is not paper? Why was it not pay per view? I don't get it. Were you scared to go head to head with WWE's pay per view? I mean, I'm the
It's
NXT.
NXT. It's NXT. Ain't they going to head with All Star Weekend? We both know that them arms are Velociraptor arms and they are not tall enough to box with God. Okay?
If
Or not?
We know
if
that.
I could be honest with you, I didn't know Vengeance Day was coming on until this week, until like this past Tuesday. I was like, oh shit, Vengeance Day is going on. I ain't know that shit. I ain't know.
Well, I will admit that I think that the promo for Vengeance was terrible. I would say that the build up wasn't the way it should have been. But
Yeah, it really was.
AEW doing Grand Slam in Australia to me wasn't something that was built up, at all, at all.
And the
So
ring
And
was
this
a
is their second
16,
Grand Slam. This is their
yes,
second Grand Slam.
and their ring
Okay.
was a 16 by 16. Oh my god, did you see how small that shit was?
mhm.
Yeah, it wasn't
Oh,
Kyle Fletcher. They got a report that it was Kyle Fletcher that got his buddies the loan AEW the local indie ring for that
yeah.
Grand
Makes
Slam
no sense.
wristband.
Which makes no sense. Well, at least that local company got promo for that, right? Because I didn't even was there even ring aprons on there? I wasn't even sure. I only saw
It
stuff on
was.
media. It
It
was
was Ring Avery.
It was. It
Yeah.
said the Grand Slam wristband. I think. Yeah, it was apron. It was an apron on there with the little Australia like
Because Kyle
country.
Fletcher's from
Yeah.
Australia. He's
Hmm?
Australian, right? Kyle Fletcher.
Yes, they're Aussie. Yes, they are. Yes.
Okay,
now.
I thought he was from the UK. So he's from the
Now,
UK.
could you imagine
Be a little British.
under Vince McMahon if one of those rings weren't available? What heads would roll?
Mm,
Somebody
mm,
fired
Let the
mm,
bodies
that
hit the
day.
floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
Could
Let
you
the
imagine
bodies.
mm.
that he told Vince the ring didn't make the flight?
Mm,
He would
mm.
have lost it. He would have absolutely lost it. And that just shows the immaturity of Tony Khan not to pay attention that the ring's not on the plane. Matter of fact, why is the ring not flying with you? You have a private jet.
It was supposed to. Didn't they do the boat? I remember WWE did a boat when they
Yeah.
went to what was it, Perth?
Mhm.
Didn't they send it on a boat?
I think they did.
Yeah.
But remember, the WWE has headquarters now in all the continents. So they don't need, there's no more traveling that far with equipment, right? Everything is on a specific continent.
That I never knew. See,
Yeah,
leave the
so is
National
everything.
King that teaches
Yeah,
something all the time.
they have every continent. The WWE has a headquarters. So specifically for the television markets out there, for the events out there, stuff like that. So
Mm.
at least they'll have wrestlers come out. Like if they're doing one in Asia, they'll have a wrestler come out. When they're doing live tours or whatever the case may be, or work with the indie talent, yada yada yada. But it's easier that way, so you don't have to be shipping equipment across the world.
Mm-hmm.
Get it
Mm-hmm.
somewhere, which makes sense. But
It
Tony
does.
Jackass Khan, I don't understand why he decided not to do that.
Middle
Like
name?
not to open up a company, but not to make sure the ring is there. That's like the minimum. Like that is like besides the talent.
Listen, we having a party. All right, we got the venue. We got the chairs. There's no food. There ain't no drinks.
Oh
Ain't no
God.
hookah. Ain't no nothing. We just got the
Yeah.
chairs in the venue. That's it. No DJ. Nothing.
Show up
No
to the party
ice.
very
Nothing.
disappointed. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
What
and
the
you
fuck
know
I
what?
showed up to?
And this is
Vacancy?
why AEW is not a solid number 2, but the
Yep.
default number 2. And
Mm-hmm.
because of unprofessionalism like this, if you have I don't give a fuck. First of all, there's certain things that got to happen. Number one, the camera's got to be on the plane. The ring has to be on the plane, right? You need
Production.
to make sure that the talent is there ready, on their flights or whatever, especially when you do an international show. It's not like we can sit there and say, okay, you know what, Madison Square Garden has a ring inside in the basement. Maybe we could use that ring from there. Hell no. Your lighting crew, everything has to be on that plane going to the event, because the one thing you don't want to do is ever look stupid on television. You don't want to do that. And officially, Tony Khan has mastered looking stupid on television, because the fact that you decided not to have the ring fly out is a real dickhead move, Tony Khan. And you had to go to some rinky-dink hole-in-the-wall gym to get this fucking this fucking ring that wasn't even big enough. Matter of fact, this has been the easiest camera shoot ever, because they just had to put one camera to cover the entire ring. That's how small it was.
Did Tony Khan get booed when he came out to
Yeah, he got
say?
booed. He got terribly booed. What else is gonna happen? Tony Khan, you said Tony Khan thinks he's playing a character, but no, this is really the people don't like Tony Khan. Tony Khan thinks he's playing a character. What's gonna end up happening is eventually, which I don't want to cast his shadow. Eventually,
Don't you say it. I don't want to hear it.
they're gonna go out of business.
No.
There's
No.
there's no other choice at this point.
We need
Because
them to be around me so WWE can be greater.
WWE
WWE
is
is
not
gonna
paying
be.
attention to AEW
They're
at
not. They're not.
at all.
They're
There's
paying
nothing.
attention.
There's
Nope.
nothing to pay attention to. Nothing. What are we paying
But hold on. But hold
There's
on.
nothing.
I was gonna bring this up. Right?
Tony Storm's
People.
black and white vignettes? Is that you think the WWE's jealous of that?
Let me tell you what I do. I've seen in the IWC, and this is something I did want to bring here, and I wanted our viewers to also chime in if they could when they do watch this video. Feel free to chime in. But there's people who say, "Oh, there's folks who are WWE loyalists or people who watch WWE. And when you think of wrestling, you think of WWE, and you're not thinking of AEW. However, when a talent, i.e., like when Ricky Stark comes over." We're now all excited about this talent because we did see this talent elsewhere. And where did we see this talent? And that was AEW. What do we got to think about that?
Okay. I mean, you know what? The sun shines on a dog's ass every once in a while. Okay.
No.
The fact is that yes, we know that they was at AEW. We know that. We know they was at AEW, but the fact remains is they weren't used.
Used, right.
They
right.
weren't used. Let me tell you something. The best talent that came from AEW to the WWE was the original WWE person, which was Cody Rhodes. That is the best person that could give you an example of what proper booking and proper arrangements, could happen when it's done right. Okay. Now, and it also shows you not every wrestler could be to be the booker, because let me tell you something. Cody Rhodes couldn't get himself over in AEW, right? But the fact that he's here in the WWE now and he's the face of the company, that just goes to show you that he wasn't used correctly in AEW, and he had the wrong idea. He drank the fucking bullshit Kool-Aid of thinking that you could take, because Shad Khan owns the Jaguars and whatever, there's a streamload of money, and you think that you could go up against the E and automatically win because you're a second product. That's not true.
Right.
That's
Very
not
true.
fucking true. If you don't know what the fuck you're doing, you are never going to be successful. That's just what it is. In anything in life. I'm not going to sit here right now and open up a car dealership. I don't know shit about selling no goddamn cars.
Right.
I don't know nothing about it. But the fact is that they did that. And that's why AEW is in the shitter where is it now? Big Daddy Cool Sour Diesel.
Oh,
That shit right to you. Like that.
well, I feel like Cody couldn't get over in AEW because of the fans and because of where Cody Rhodes came from and what he embodied. Cody Rhodes embodied everything. He left WWE. First of all, he came from Indies wrestling when he was wrestling OVW. He came to WWE. He learned the system there, right? He got so good at it, he had to leave to go get better, right? And then he formed something with other guys, and you have AEW, right? And they didn't like that because Cody Rhodes was better than them. They knew that, and they needed him to go away. So they needed to throw dirt on him, get heat on him, and that's what that was. Now, as far as the we need AEW. We do need AEW because I remember a point in time where it was just WWE and we had wrestlers coming from out of wherever the fuck. I didn't know a fucking Kevin Owens. I didn't know Kevin Owens. He was Kevin Steen. I didn't know a Johnny Gargano, Tyler Black, who is Seth Rollins. I didn't know none of these people. I know I was familiar with them, but I didn't know where they was coming from. Now we have it. We have another promotion. Well, you had TNA. If you ain't seen them come from TNA, then you ain't know where the fuck they was coming from. I know for me, if they ain't come from TNA, I didn't know where they was coming from. So now you have AEW. You can get a feel from like, oh, he's from AEW. And now that Ricky Starks is over here in WWE, I would like him better because I see that he had a talent that wasn't fit for like how Brandon said. There's people that's cut for AEW. There's some people that's cut for WWE. That right there, he is the how you say he is an example of that. He signifies that. He shows you that, and I think he's going to do well in WWE, just like everyone else that they done took from them. They done took a Ethan Page. They done took Jay Cargill and Brian Pillman Jr. Everyone's going to shine better.
Even what's it, Sean Spears? Even Sean Spears came back. He done came back. Well, first of all, Cody, I'm gonna agree with y'all. Cody Rhodes was the first one. I think technically it was supposed to be like CM Punk was first to like leave with WWE. When he was at the height of his career and like kind of go through the Indies. He went another route, UFC and all that. Tried to, I think, through the Brock Lesnar thing to get some notoriety. But the main point is that you leave and you build and you get your name up, your notoriety and your intellectual property now goes very, very, very high on who you are as a wrestler. And then you come back and you be worth the money you ask for. You be worth the push that you ask for because now WWE is into buying into you now because you're now this entity. Cody Rhodes was the significance of that all. And we've seen it with also Drew McIntyre, which is what I think, Drew McIntyre has a lot in common with when it comes to people like, Cody Rhodes. And when they were standing, they had the face down that Friday night SmackDown. I thought that that's something that they can dig their teeth into because it's the truth. They had kind of similar build-ups. Like, Drew McIntyre was in the three-man band. You were complaining about being Stardust, but you was a tag team champion and going was with Goldust and your father and fighting the Shield and shit. That Negro had to be the 3MB. Like,
oh my God, that's crazy.
And then leaving, and after being the chosen one and leaving and going to or this other federation and coming back and going to NXT and becoming the NXT champion and then coming to the main roster. So I understand that I don't think we need AEW to finish it out. I don't think we need it for that to happen. I think now that WWE is competing with so many other entertainment entities, the NBA, the NFL, BET awards, all of that different stuff, to where they always have a different competition that they're fighting with. I think Vince at the time, who was running it, was okay with being complacent with where professional wrestling was. I think it's different people at the wheels, and it's different goals that they're trying to achieve. So that's what I think. They don't need AEW for that. WWE is international. They worldwide.
Yeah, and you're right. We don't need AEW. We really don't, because guess what? Here's the sad fact. If I sat down right now and said, fellas, give me the last 4 Dynamites and what you thought of them, then we would be sitting here trying to lie and bullshit and go through our phones and look at the highlights of the shows to figure out what the fuck was happening on the show. Because much like most of America, we're not into AEW the way the diehard fans are, because we are realistic. The one thing that's keeping AEW apart from anything else is the storylines don't make sense and they're not entertaining. If they've got that one thing together, I think they'll be a viable product. You can't. I don't mean to cut you. You cannot. Listen. I'm not a Vince McMahon guy. Never have been. Never will be. But the one thing that the WWE have is legacy. Okay, so it's hard to go up. It's like saying, RC Cola could beat Coca-Cola one day. Okay, it's impossible. All right, it's virtually impossible. Tropical Fantasy is not coming out beating the shit out of Coca-Cola. That's not happening. All right, not even if you put the pineapple flavor or the raspberry. It don't even matter.
It's
You ain't getting
cola.
It's the champagne. You not getting the Captain Pirate one. I don't remember what that one's called, but I used to be hitting back in the day when I used to buy, Chinese food. I used to buy the soda with the captain on it. I don't know if y'all remember that. That shit hit like a motherfucker. That with some fucking pork la mein back in the day when I was eating recklessly. Yeah, that on a Friday night. Low vibration meals. But that's AEW. AEW is the pirate, the pirate soda. I don't remember the pirate soda name. Anybody remember the pirate soda name? We're gonna figure out something for you, okay? Anybody that remembers is the pirate soda name, we're gonna figure out something for you. But the fact is that that's AEW today. And
are you saying pirate soda or parrot soda?
No, it was a pirate on the bottle.
Oh, okay.
It was a pirate on the bottle of it. That shit they had a cola champagne sour diesel. Let me tell you something. That shit hit like a motherfucker. Okay. That and when I used to smoke weed back in the day, that and Port La Main with chicken wings on the side, whatever used to hit. When I used to celebrate failure on Friday evenings, that was one of the best things to buy. Okay. You know what I'm saying? After you leave the check cash in place, you know what I'm saying? This is where I was heading. I was heading to Cam Man or Nostrin and Erasmus. They went out of business at the pandemic. They was getting 4 chicken wings fried hard, cut up, with pork la mein. All right. They used to have a thing called Panamanian style. You only know that if you from Flatbush or Crown Heights. They used to put the egg on top of the pork la mein. And that fucking pirate soda, you mix that with some, I don't want to alcohol of your choice. I don't want to promo no alcohol on the show. And that's what I used to do on Friday night. Celebrate failure with the fellas. You get the large pork la mein. You know what I'm saying? Ask them for 3 plates. Okay, ask them for 3 plates with that. That's how you were spending your Friday evening lit. You understand? Lituations. And that's AEW. AEW is the pirate. Yes. if that was a drink of choice. That's AEW. AEW is the pirate fucking soda.
I don't know. The soda, the meal and the soda tastes a little bit better than that, tastes a little bit more palatable than AEW. But okay, you sold the hell out of that for me.
Like I was watching on AEW's channel earlier today, right? It was, yeah. I'll be trying to give them a chance. So they was because they're running a program right now between Swerve Strickland and Ricochet, and they're trying to so they have a video package of their feud, and they're keeping up with their feud. So they give us an hour and like an hour and a half video long footage of their feud, and it's like, motherfucker, they only been feuding for like a month and a half. So like, how much can you give us? How much can you give me? And fucking Ricochet, you. Here's my thing, bro. I think I take my glasses off for this one.
Go ahead. Break it down. Break it on down.
I see that you're trying. I see you trying, bro. Keep trying. But the trying that you're doing isn't working for me. You fucking suck. You suck so bad, bro. And then it's like his takeaway when he finishes everything what he says. That's what you give me? That's what you left WWE to come to AEW to give me this crappy ass, whack ass promo skills? You fucking bald head bitch.
You know,
Like he's so trash, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie, ladies and gentlemen. I was sold on him. And you know what it was? It was
When?
a kid in me. I was a kid. Like I was being a kid. I was being a fucking kid. I'm like, ooh,
you know,
wow.
you're way older than he is.
Yeah, right. No, okay, I am. Not that way old. I'm not that way old. I'm a couple of months. But anyway,
Allegedly.
I was
Your
it was
appearance
the
says
kid in
something
me.
different. Mhm.
It was the kid in me. I seen he could do all the flips
Big kid.
and dives and all that. I was like, wow, that's amazing. He's really good. He's really good. Until it was time for him to pick up a microphone, I started seeing like the holes in the shit that he was delivering. I was like, okay, you can't cut a fucking promo. I can't get sold into you. Like you do the same shit week after week. There's no switch up, and then you bitch and moan like, oh, they won't give me a chance. They won't give me a chance. And then you get a chance, and then you give me this. It's not good enough, bro. Damn. You go to a fucking company full of ricochets. A
Yep,
company
basically.
full of you.
Yep, basically.
But this is what we're talking about.
Back in
This
my
is
time, back in my day, a couple of months ago, I'm gonna finish this up real quick.
hmm
I used to be angry when I used to see a wrestler get released from a company, especially in WWE. I'll get mad, like, oh no, they releasing it. But now that I see, like, yo, you can release a Ricochet because they're already creating a fucking Ricochet in NXT when you have Javon Evans.
But you
When
know,
you
he,
have
he
when you have
requested his release,
Nathan
by the way.
Fraser. Yeah, great, good riddance. Do good over there. Don't come back,
You know,
please.
I just want to say this. The whole show sucks. Okay. The entire show sucks. And
It does. Man.
it really does. And the thing about it is it could be very innovative if they legitimately just had storylines. That's it.
Mm.
That's it. That's the key ingredient. Just have storylines. Stop putting titles on people that just came into the company. Okay. You know, like stop giving the titles away to people that just started working there. Put value into the people that you currently have, and then that's how you'll be able to get them over, and that's how the show will be better.
Too many talent is off TV. Too many.
Yes. Absolutely.
Where's Wardlow?
I don't know. That's a very good question. And also, they done pushed MJF out the main picture. Like he's the most entertaining guy on the show, not Adam Copeland.
Well,
Right.
I see that they're picking up a few with MJF and Hangman Adam Page. Now I'm not gonna lie, I was into it. They had a brawl out. The brawl. It was a. I hate to pull apart brawls. I hate them shits because it's like 10 niggas. It's 10 guys on one guy over here. Then there's 5 guys on this guy right here. And then out of the 10 guys, you let this man escape. How the hell can this man escape you? But I guess. But I'm into that. I want to see where they want to go with that. Hangman and MJF.
All right.
So I'm gonna be paying attention to that.
I'm looking forward to it too, D. I'm looking forward because at this point, it ain't looking good.
I'm not.
It ain't looking good, brother.
Where's
Brother.
their championship? Their championship been hidden away for like months. Like,
Listen, I just want to ask Tony Khan if the sun crashes down, does it really hurt inside? That's the point. That's the question I want to ask Tony Khan. you know, because what you don't want to do is you do not want Warner Brothers Discovery saying this ain't it, bro. You don't want them saying that this ain't it, and because here's the thing, there was a brief second that the WWE was looking very viable to Warner Brothers Discovery. Okay, when the sale was happening, it was looking very viable to Warner Brothers Discovery, and thank God that Netflix got Monday Night Raw, because it had been, they had a choice between AEW and the E, we would not be knowing where AEW is. Because here's the thing, you guys know I TNA. I've been trying to find TNA on TV. Y'all keep telling me it's Access Television or whatever, or
Yeah,
PAX
Access
or
Television.
UPN or wherever,
Access Television.
or wherever it's on. And I've been trying. I only can watch the highlights on social media. I cannot find it for the life.
What cable service provider do you have?
I think I got Optimum.
Well, let me see. Access TV.
I don't know. You sure it's not public access TV? BCAT?
No.
Oh, okay.
Definitely not that.
You know what I'm saying? You sure it don't come
Isn't
on?
that brick now?
You sure it don't come on after Flex in Brooklyn? You know, I'm trying.
That still come on?
I think it does.
No, hell no.
Oh, okay, probably not. By the way, anybody that's Flex in Brooklyn, just to explain, I don't want to give them a shout, even though shouts to my homegirl Trina that used to be on there as one of the hosts. But the fact is that was a show.
She was one of the hosts.
What hosts?
Oh,
hosts.
I think they were saying the host was the host. All I know.
So that was a show they used to record the clubs for teenagers in Brooklyn, right? So they would record like the Ark. I don't want to name a whole bunch of stuff because I'm going to be aging myself, but they would record the shows, But nonetheless, it's just B. You taking it away?
Well, I mean, are we still talking about Flex in Brooklyn?
We're not
Or...
talking about Flex in Brooklyn.
Oh, okay. I want to talk about something about moves and moves, right? We were talking about earlier, right? The super kick is an overused move, right? I also think another overused move, but everybody put their own flavor on it, and I want to know your opinion on it, right? Is with the Elimination Chamber coming up, and we have the women. They always have a spot or two or something in the Elimination Chamber that has us like talking and saying, "Wow!" So I wanted to know who has the best moonsault, right? Io Sky, Charlotte Flair, a throwback with Lita. She did have a dope ass moonsault. Or Tiffany Stratton. What do y'all think?
ooh, damn. Okay, for me, it's all about the setup.
Okay.
So I love how the setup goes when the moonsault is being done and who it's being done by. And this particular person, I'm talking about Io Sky.
Mm.
I love the way she sets it up. She'll have them in the corner. She'll do that. I think she call it now the bullet train. That's what she do with the knees.
Mm-hmm.
She drags them from out the corner, steps on them, and then the way she hops up on that turnbuckle, and she just let it go. I love Io Sky. Love her so much. I adore her. And I love what she does this. When she gets crazy, when she do her backflips in the ring, then she go,
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I swear to God, I was in here screaming for her at the Royal Rumble when she did that shit. She did the who she was in the ring with at the time. It was her and what you call it that started, right? Her and
Liv
Roxanne.
Morgan.
No,
Oh,
her
I
and
thought it
Liv
was
Morgan.
Liv Morgan.
It was her, Liv Morgan, and Roxanne.
Mm-hmm.
And she did that the handstand moonsault that she does.
Mm-hmm.
And then she started wilding and she goes, yeah. I was in here going crazy for her. I love Io. Love her so much. Oh man, she's so
So
good.
you're going with EO. I
Yeah.
kind of agree with you. I even like the way she like launches off of the turnbuckle and the ropes.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it feel like even for her size that the move is painful. So it's
Yeah.
believable, right? Like even if she's doing it to a Nia Jax or if she's doing it to a Liv Morgan or Alexa Bliss, whoever it is, she's doing it
Right.
to the way she even launches off and do the moonsault. I would agree. I'm gonna mash out Charlotte Flair, Lita, Tiffany Stratton, Io Sky. Who has the best moonsault?
Could you sorry, just stepping back in real quick.
That's all right. So repeat the question.
Yes.
All right. So who has the most monumental or best moonsault? Io Sky, Charlotte Flair,
Io
Lita, or Tiffany Stratton? Okay,
Io
so we
Sky.
in unison.
Io
That's why
Sky.
we the. That's why we the three. I mean,
Exactly. Io Sky. You know,
yeah, she.
even though I like Alexa Bliss's as well.
Oh yeah. Alexa Bliss as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alexa was doing moonsault.
It's not really a moonsault, but
She
it's very similar.
it's the twist
Yeah.
bliss,
Yeah.
the bliss of twist or whatever you call it. The twist of bliss is one of those. I like what you do that too. It kind of, you know what it kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of the Vader. I mean, not Vader. The Bam Bam Bigelow.
Oh yeah, Bam Bigelow.
Because remember, he never really kind of did a full moonsault. Sometimes he'll just do like one where you just like curve his body.
Rest in peace to him.
Yeah, yeah.
Did he go in the Hall of Fame? He did, right? Yeah.
He did. Did he?
Did
I,
he?
Oh, that's a
I
very
don't know. I think
no.
that was Vader. I don't think it was Bam. I don't think Bam Bam Bigelow got
I
into
don't
the
think
Hall of
he's
Fame.
in just yet. He should be though. If he's
He
not,
should. That would be. That's why I was asking. He should definitely be going into the
that's a
Hall of Fame.
good question, B.
Yeah.
What's
Anything else?
another? You got another question for us? I like that. I like that question.
No, that's just something I was gonna introduce for us to do each week. Is like moves and moves. Since earlier we was talking about super kicks, so I was like, ooh, let me think about it. What's another move that's also like overused? And I was like, oh, the moonsault. They use that fucking moonsault a lot, so that's why I came with that. I was gonna say, is there anything else from that we've seen on the docket or in wrestling or professional wrestling surrounding professional wrestling that we wanted to bring up to discuss before we take it to the wrestler of the week?
I seen.
Bam
Oh, I
Bam
just did.
Bigelow is not. There's an update. Bam Bam Bigelow is not in the Hall of Fame,
Okay, he would be a good candidate if they're
but they
still
but
picking.
they're predicting he might be this year.
Okay, wow. See, I'm definitely a wrestling prophet. I'm on point. They probably got me on the payroll on the low.
Low key,
I,
low key, low key.
I'm just reading now that I'm seeing that Road Dogg has been named the co-lead writer now for SmackDown.
SmackDown. Yep,
Mm,
definitely. That's
okay.
why I said the click is running it like they're in DX. They're the ones who are taking it to the next level and being able to compete with other entertainment entities. This is why I said this. One, you don't even, and two, to close it all out. Two, where they're going, they don't need an AEW either. They just need to continuously have competition out there to keep the product fresh. Because that's what we was complaining about. We was complaining about the same matches, the same champion. We was complaining about Brock Lesnar. Or I was.
Hmm.
Um, we was complaining. That's what now we're seeing different champions and different storylines. Not everybody deserves to be a champion, but they're fighting for some sort of purposes. All these other different things in the middle, money in the bank. I think WWE do loves a tournament. With that said, we're gonna go into the wrestler of the week mashup. Based on all the professional wrestling, it don't have to be this week. We've been going for a very long time. It could just be a wrestler who the hell is fucking just impressing you right now. Who is your wrestler of the week?
My wrestler of the week this week is actually going to be a surprise, but I'm going to go with Carmelo Hayes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Carmelo Hayes
Welcome.
because
Welcome.
I liked him taking down, beating the shit out of R-Truth this week, even though R-Truth is my boy. You know, I did watch that on SmackDown. I found it very entertaining. I found their back and forth between each other very entertaining with him saying that he's not Tozawa, you know, and
Mm.
I got Carmelo really upset. So I found that funny.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Carmelo.
I'm him.
That was a good
You're
He
not
don't
interaction.
miss.
Tozawa.
That's the thing. He don't miss.
I think that was a good interaction. I also enjoyed a little. To me, it was an Easter egg. Like he had a barber. Then before Trick went out at Vengeance Day, Trick had a barber. I just was like, oh, they showing they both have a barber. Nobody else is like getting lined up before a match, but we do have Carmelo getting lined up backstage earlier before a match, and then we had Trick. So that was definitely dope. Start with Diesel. Who is your wrestler of the week?
My wrestler of the week is damn. I was just so like into what you were saying. You made me fuck up. But anyway, my wrestler. Oh yeah, my wrestler of the week is Penta. Penta Cero
Mm.
Miedo. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, welcome to WWE. Yes. Yeah, I'm really liking what he's doing in WWE right now. So far he's been putting on some great matches that have
Absolutely.
been looking like dream matches. When he came in, he fought his debut match was with Chad Gable.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good fucking match for his first night. Then after that, he had Pete Dunne and then
Mm-hmm.
Ludwig Kaiser.
Mm-hmm.
So
Lose was one of his best matches. That was one
yeah,
to me. That was a
those
banger.
those are the best matches that he had so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing more he's going to do in WWE.
He about to run it back with Pete Dunne again, right? On Raw on Monday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he about to run it back, so that's probably about to be dope. I wonder where they taking that. All right, those are dope wrestlers. Mine is gonna be, of course, the goddamn that Samoan fucking werewolf, that Jacob fucking Fatu. Because
Hmm.
consistency is key, and he is consistently consistent with showing why he is destined to be tied to goddamn professional wrestling. That everything he does in the ring, the way he moves, his character work, everything is to me, I think is what David always says is the chef's kiss. So my wrestler of the week is definitely going to be Jacob Fatu. That being said, that was the first episode. We doing Raw on Netflix now. We doing hour and a half shows now. Before is when we done. That being said, once again, we want y'all to like, subscribe, follow, share the Three Amigos. We back. Anything you want us to possibly talk about, we might listen. Make sure that you do email us. It's THREEAMIGOS at podcast1@gmail.com. I don't know which one of us are going to read the emails, but we'll read them. So we want to take your suggestions. Like, subscribe, follow us on IG too, because then we're going to start getting active on there too. So make sure you
Yeah.
follow us. Thank you for tuning in for another episode, fellas. Any final words before we get on up out of here?
The life you
Man,
save just might be your very own.
She looks
uh,
up the goose. Go ahead, D.
I want to say get well soon to JD McDonough.
Okay,
Get
that's
well
good.
soon. Yes, sir. And
Hmm.
I look forward to watching wrestling this week. Oh
Okay.
yeah. There's some good things that's gonna happen. We in WrestleMania season. We're on the road to
Yes.
WrestleMania. Let's get
Yes.
it. Let's go. I mean, so many stories to be told. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, but my final word is dress how the hell you want to be addressed. Some of y'all don't be having on the right outfits, but that's none of my opinion. Y'all have a great day. Thank you so much for tuning into another episode of the Three Amigos podcast. I'm Brandon Thoughts. That's Smash Out. That's Sour Diesel. Y'all have a great day. And we are out.
Peace.